Hello, welcome. We are here. It's so very exciting. It's finally spooky season. So we're here today just to kind of walk around the park, show you what's going on in the parks, the very basic builds, and just kind of build a little anticipation for the season. There's a little bit of lighting rigs and then a little bit of stuff going on in Hollywood. But right now we did, I think, our due diligence in stopping at Duff
Garden?
Yep, Duff Garden, and getting ourselves 2 Duffs. Because truly isn't HHN without Duff.
It's not Dufftoberfest yet.
Nope.
But we are definitely getting one the first night of Horror Nights when it starts.
Yeah, but it's the end of July, so it's hot as hell. But the Duff is pouring, the lights are building, HHN is coming together. We're going to talk about, we only have 3 announced houses so far, and we have rumors of one that might even happen this weekend, if you know what I'm saying. But we need to post this soon because this is just going to become so outdated so quick because I have a feeling it's happening. But that's what we're doing here today. So just come along. We're going to go run through the parks really quick, show us maybe some of our favorite things that we do during HHN and some of the rumored houses. So I think we'll get to it. Drink our Duffs first, though.
Alright, so we just finished our Duffs over at Duff Garden, and now we're actually going to take a look at where the projected houses are going to be.
Yes, but first and foremost, when we say projected, we have to give all due credit to Horror Nightmares. So this is the map, I think 2.0. We're putting it up on the screen, but we'll put a better, clearer version up, like a solid picture. But this is I and J for houses. So we do know that I already is monsters. Legends Collide. So Legends Collide is going to be our big hitters. So we've got the Wolfman, we've got Dracula, and then we've got the Mummy. So it's kind of weird because we keep bouncing from here to over the sound stages for our monsters houses because they are a big deal right now with Universal, especially with Epic Universe coming. But we know that is confirmed, it's locked in. Universal let us know. But what's kind of like looming over us right now is the weekend. So we see Jay on the map. The weekend is going to be I don't know, whatever. I don't know exactly the names for those ones, but essentially back there, the long walk houses. So the other one, we're gonna have Legends Collide and then the weekend. So the weekend, we don't know much about it, besides the fact that it's highly rumored. The Weeknd himself has posted on his Twitter saying that he's gonna be here. Not directly saying he's gonna be here, but he shared different posts and stuff on Twitter. So I mean, I'd be shocked if it wasn't going to be here. Myself personally, I don't know you, but myself personally, I'd be very excited about it. It's different. I'm open to it being very different and it being something like totally new for us. The imagery that we'll probably like post in here, it's creepy, it's weird, and walking through one of his music videos and some of the latest stuff that's like really dark could be really cool. That being said, we're gonna go to Central Park and walk over to, let's see, N is Scarecrow. So I think for us that was one of our the quintessential zones that's been really cool, but it's kind of been a miss for us lately. So we're gonna walk there and show you what it looks like right now.
Alright, so we're walking through Central Park right now. As you know, or if you've been to Horror Nights, you've seen that this is where Trick or Treat was. Twisted Traditions was here as well. But Vikings Undead, which was awful in my opinion, but sorry. But you can see the lighting rigs right here and just kind of spaced out through the entire zone. So
that's all we have.
That's really all we have for Scarecrow. But I mean, if it's anything like it was for the past previous, Horror Nights, like the Twisted Traditions, I'm very
quintessential Halloween in this zone has been awesome.
I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a great scare zone. Pretty soon we will see Mel's Die-In, no longer drive-in for Horror Nights. But walking into Hollywood, you can see these facades set up already. For right now, I think it's supposed to be vampires. Vampires is all we have right now. But I mean, just judging from the facades right now, I'm very excited for this. I mean,
the thing to notice too that a lot of people pointed out already, it's permanent. So what was here last year was Eddie's, and everything was rolled out at the end of the night. Like during the day, you really couldn't see much at all. So to see permanent structures is like prime time. That's what we need. I can only imagine like that sets the mood for the rest of the park. So we'll see. We'll hope and pray.
And we'll roll on over to Five and Dime real quick to just to see the new merch that's come out, because last time we were here, the only thing that was available was the Monsters t-shirts and just merch. So we're gonna walk in and just see what they got right now.
Yeah, right now it's just I think ornaments and then the Blumhouse shirt.
So yeah, so you got the black phone and Freaky, which I don't really think Freaky has a good.
Kind of like Happy Duck Day. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, but
it's gonna be fun. But I just.
But we might be proven wrong.
I just don't think it has like the, Halloween Horror Nights, feel. But anyways, this is the new shirt that they have for Freaky and Black Phone, and it is $30 for this shirt. So that's what we got right now, and some more candles that Nicole's checking out. But as for now, that's really the only new updates that they have in the Five and Dime. So we'll keep you posted.
So a lot of people were saying, I keep saying a lot of people, I just follow a lot of like HHN lore and fan sites and everything, saying that this is not going to be like Vamp 85, Vamp 55 related, it's just going to be vampires. And with the Nettlewood Cemetery thing that we're about to show you at the front of that, it might just be like creepy vampire, more like Hive, like just creepy, dark, nothing, no fun 80s music, nothing like that.
Which I'm gonna miss.
Yeah, which I'm gonna miss, but I don't know, it looks spooky, so I'm fine with sticking with that.
They have Nettlewood Cemetery right here, so I mean,
that could be anything. And
my guess,
it's like a basic mausoleum. So.
My guess is that we're just gonna have headstones and like smoke and creatures just kind of like popping out. I think this is gonna be an outstanding scare zone. I'm very excited for this. All right, so we're walking over to the scare zone is supposed to be called Traditional Halloween, which is gonna be down this alleyway where Minions is and where Shrek used to be.
Yeah, it's just, it's one of those things where it's like, use your imagination. I don't know what it could really be. We're going to leave it at that because we really don't know. That's all we have for speculation right now. And then the Shrek House, that's normally here, that's now going to be probably Minions. That one is rumored to be Witch, an original, which I've heard through the grapevine that it could be the witch from the Pumpkin House, the Black Theater. Which, if that's the case, I mean, she was building lore already. So if we get some more lore on her, I think I'd be pretty okay with that, because anything that has to do with that at all is going to be supreme. So again, we'll see. Speculation. All right, so now we're walking up. Before we hit this house that's over here, we are seeing full speed ahead demolition of the Monsters Cafe.
I almost missed this because I'm so used to the Minions ride being built right here. I almost didn't even realize that the Monsters Cafe was being torn down or just revamped. So this is weird.
Yeah,
it's so weird to see.
Yeah, and not to mention we do kind of maybe ignore the parks during the summer months a little bit more than we normally do. So.
Hot.
Yeah, it's just hot. But just moving along to where the center stage is in, was it Music Plaza? It's rumored to be Evil Dead.
If they do Evil Dead, the movie is outstanding. I mean, any version you watch is great, but I wish to God it was actually Stranger Things, because the new season, if you haven't seen it, I mean, you're missing out. It is incredible. But I'm not going to be mad about Evil Dead. You know,
Yeah.
I would prefer Stranger Things, but Evil Dead would be...
I feel like...
It would be fun. It'd be fun.
I feel like we're going to get a 4 and 5 together, which kind of sucks. But you know what? I guess...
4 is so like huge, it's hard to like why would you just like space it out?
Yeah.
You know, give more...
No, I agree, but we can only be...
Stranger Things buff, so.
Yeah, we can only be so selfish. So right now, as the spec mech says, Evil Dead. Okay, so we're just walking a little bit further, right underneath Rip Ride, where you normally enter in the sound stages. I think this is where Evil Dead is going to be. I've never seen anything that's built up or blocked off, so I'll be curious to see what this is. But either way, this is usually where a really big IP is. So if it's not Evil Dead, I don't know what it's going to be. We're waiting for a spec map. We're waiting for announcements. I think we're like 40-something days away. We're close. We're super, super close.
All right, so we're walking into New York right now. So where Texas Chainsaw Massacre was last year, if you were here for Halloween Horror Nights 30, that's where Halloween is going to be actually this year. So I think it's just Halloween, right? Not an actual version. It just says Halloween is what's speculated?
Yeah, the original Halloween movie.
Okay, so that's actually going to enter right here if that's actually what it is, unless they change it between now and then.
Yeah, but if like keep moving forward, there's always 2 houses over here. So it's El Chupacabra and then Dead Man's Wharf is what the spec map by Horror Nightmares says.
So I'm actually very pumped for El Chupacabra. I think that's going to be outstanding.
Me too.
Very scary, very eerie, I think it's going to be. And
creepy, and I hope a lot of things kind of low on the ground.
Yeah, but honestly, for Dead Man's Wharf, I'm not too stoked, because I feel like it's going to be something very similar to what was the one from 2019?
Dead Man's Wharf was a scare zone.
Depths of Fear.
Depths of Fear, but Dead Man's Wharf was a scare zone, and it's like a tried and true scare zone that people love.
Yeah, just something I'm not like personally too hyped for, but I guess I could be pleasantly surprised. But those 2 houses are going to be right here.
Yep.
Last year I think it was what, Icons and Tooth Fairy, right?
Yes.
Icons and Tooth Fairy. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess we'll just keep shifting. So over here, Scare Zone L on the map is Candy Mutants.
So New York, which is the prime time scare zone. You know, it had The Purge, it had Vamp 85, Zombieland was okay, but how do you feel about this one?
I mean, if they take it and run with it and go big, the thing is they're going to have to go big. We haven't been able to fill this space enough, I think, to make people happy. It's such a big space that unless you're having like moving, breathing parts, it's not going to work. But Candy Mutants, all these like very traditional I mean, it's Halloween Horror Nights 30 or 31 for traditional 31. And what's better? So I don't know. I think it shows promise. We'll see. Okay, so we don't really know much about this house area because Fast and the Furious making way for different places that are kind of under construction. It's rumored that Fast and the Furious is going to house a house location. So I don't know if the entrance is going to be right there, over there, if it's going to be open. I'm really not sure. But this is rumored to be the announced the horrors of Blumhouse. So the Black Phone and Freaky. So that's what we just showed you, the shirt, essentially with the grabber and then the guy from Freaky. I can't remember his name. You? I don't know.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah. And so I don't know. I think it's going to be a mixture of like truly like creepy, like weird, unsettling horror, which was the Black Phone, and then Freaky, which is more of like lighthearted. You know,
lighthearted where people get murdered.
Yeah, I mean, but really, there's jokes.
It's a Hallmark movie, actually, guys.
It's like what is that movie? I don't know, but it's not compared to the Black Phone. It is a Hallmark movie, so we'll see. It's gonna be a Blumhouse house, which people are a little, you know, we tread cautiously for those, but You know,
I will say Black Phone is probably one of the best scary movies I've seen recently. Yeah, it was incredible. If you haven't seen it, definitely give it a shot if you're a horror fan. But moving on.
Okay, so rumored tricks and boons. This is the one I'm like, me. So that was the Tricks and Boons is an original, essentially an original scare zone that was in Islands of Adventure first, but we saw just a little bit and piece of it in the Eddie scare zone last year. That's supposed to be right here. I kind of hope it's not, because I don't know, I thought it was just more silly than anything, and I just want pure terror.
Our standards are set very high for this scare zone ever since Halloween Horror Nights 2019 with the Rob Zombie scare zone. That's what we expect when we walk through this this area. And honestly, that's going to be hard to match unless you kind of like just do it again.
Or unless they get us bubbles, like they did in Islands. There was like bubbles all on the floor, so no bubbles, no care.
Okay, so this has absolutely nothing to do with Horror Nights, but we got thirsty during our travels and our research. So we're actually going to stop in here.
It does have a little something to do with it because usually we come watch others family. Usually we come to Diagon Alley because it's very quiet during Horror Nights. So on a slightly quieter evening, we're going to get that feel of Horror Nights. Quiet, it's dark, you can feel the AC, like even right here it's wide open, you can still feel the AC, and there's no line for beer, so.
So we're going to the Hoppin' Pot, we're gonna get a couple pints.
A couple pints. It's our new favorite word.
Alright, so right now, if you can't tell, we are right under the Fear Factor stage, enjoying the beers we just got from London, Diagon Alley. But we're here because we want to talk about the new Halloween Horror Nights show that's going to take place. So last year it was the Nightmare Fuel, and it's very controversial, but what do you think?
Okay, so pretty much what we've seen on the spec map is that we're going to get a second version of Nightmare Fuel. So we had Academy of Villains for a couple of years, and we know why they're not here anymore. Before that was Bill and Ted's, and that's what took the big stage, because we've hit small stage shows, nothing besides, I guess I'll just say it right now, rumored Marathon of Mayhem coming back for its third season. That's usually just a wrap up of everything, like usually IP based, that we'll get, and then last year we did like strong originals like the Icons. So I'd be happy to get that back. I don't think it was as good as the first Marathon of Mayhem, but we're going to shift our focus back to Fear Factor. So Nightmare Fuel, if it comes back, it's just a big show. There's magic, there's dancing, there's fire, there's sex, there's Halloween. And that to me is the perfect recipe. I know it's not for everybody, but every show is not going to be for everybody, because Bill and Ted's, I was only there the last 2 years. I only saw 26. I didn't even see the final show of 27 because we were here for such a short time. But not really my thing compared to that. But that's the beauty of Horror Nights, is there's a little bit of something for everybody. That being said, I hope it comes back. I don't know about you, but my fingers are crossed, hoping that that's the case. But we're gonna move forward to our last two houses of the night on our rumored spec map. We don't have, much to go on it, but in the back corner, we're not gonna go over there because it's kind of loud. But the back corner where Pumpkin House and Puppet Theater was, it's rumored that we're going to see Bug House and Seeds of Extinction 2, which is weird because those two things to me are kind of similar. I don't know, the Bug House, it could be kind of creepy crawly, but it's like Seeds of Extinction creepy crawly plants. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess we can go over there and just kind of show you, just for the fun of it, where it is. But those are the last two houses that are rumored for this year. Again, we've got 3 right now, 7 to go. The possibilities are endless. Hopefully the spec map is pretty close. There's a couple changes I might ask for. I mean, is there anything that you need to see?
Who, me? You talking to me?
You, I'm talking to you.
Alright, so if I had a preference, so Seeds of Extinction actually was an awesome house for 2018. I'm actually very, very pumped for that. So if they can do a second one, awesome. It's going to be very hard to match Wicked Growth. And then, I mean, Puppet Theater was awesome too. Just very, very creepy. So Bug House, I mean, I hate bees and like wasps. Like spiders I'm cool with, like, you know, like all those other creepy crawlies I'm cool with, but for some reason bees just like get me, and wasps. So if it's anything like that, I'll be terrified. So that's cool with me. Like I want to come here and get scared. But I mean, it's still kind of so up in the air with you know, what's gonna come out. So
yeah, but we know it's gonna be good. So yep. So we're gonna finish our beers, take a little lap around, and call it a day.
Okay, so that's gonna wrap up our night tonight at Universal Studios. We wanted to come here and just kind of like go over all of the Halloween Horror Nights, you know, like speculations, everything that's happening right now. I mean, we're hella excited for it. We cannot freaking wait.
I didn't realize how excited I was until we're here and we're talking about the possibilities. The possibilities are endless for 31, and I hope they shoot for the stars with this one.
So with that being said, I mean, we covered everything that we know, but right now we know as much as you do. So hopefully you're as pumped as we are. If you like the video, subscribe, like us, whatever you want to do. If not, totally cool, all good, enjoy the video. But we're gonna head out. We'll see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching if you stuck around. So we'll see you.
Bye.